So with the lights turned off, you can see the display looks fantastic. So cool to have this on our power supply. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, we're going to be checking out the Cooler Master XG Plus 850 Platinum fully modular ARGB power supply unit with digital options. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. You can see the nice retail box and packaging right here, going over some of the key features for this particular PSU. So we have 100% Japanese capacitors, 10-year warranty. This works with the Cooler Master Master Plus software, and this is an 80 plus platinum energy efficient power supply. We have the 850 watt version. This features Cooler Master's very own in-house platform design, and it works with a display. Yeah, so not only do we get ARGB, but we can also display temperature, fan speed, and power consumption with our digital side panel. Now let's go ahead, let's open this up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, you can see we have our product literature right here with our user guide, with our pin layout and all the technical specs for you, as well as our USB port install guide if you want to use the included display. Next, you can see all of our cables and a nice Cooler Master case that the cables come in. And we also have our cable management options right here, Velcro and zip ties, and we have the screws for our power supply unit. Then last but not least, you can see with the power supply unit itself right here with the Cooler Master logo and branding, our RGB fan, which is cool. Let's look at it from all the different sides and angles. So this is going to be where our display is. And maybe you can see some of that shining through the studio lights right here. So check that out. That's going to be really cool with the Cooler Master logo front and center. We'll look at it from the back side right here. Also looks really nice. Here it is from the other side. So you can see our Cooler Master XG850. Looks great. Here's the very back where we have more model information. And then you can see all of our different cable connection options right here. So check that out. Everything looks really nice. Plenty of room. This is a fully modular power supply. And you can see with our display, we have our USB connection right there. Now let's go ahead, let's get this installed. So check it out, you can see we have our power supply installed right here. Look at how beautiful that display looks. Keep in mind, any flickering or waving or anything you see like that from the display, that's just being picked up by the camera. That's not something your eyes will see in real life. So this looks so good in person. Beautiful RGB colors. You can see we have our XG850 illuminated, the Cooler Master logo illuminated, and you can see right here, it's going to cycle through our different measurements. So 20 degrees Celsius for our temperature for our PC. Then you can see up at the top, we're going to have our power consumption. And that's going to be showing at 75, 80 right now. And that's going to change in real time. And then lastly, we're going to have our fan speed. So you'll be able to see the RPMs right here. So 659 RPMs for our fan speeds. Now let's go ahead, let's turn off all the studio lights so you can really see how good this looks. So with the lights turned off, you can see the display looks fantastic. So cool to have this on our power supply. Don't forget too, we do have an RGB fan at the bottom. Unfortunately, with our PC case in this build, you're not going to really be able to see that or showcase it unless maybe a little bit of the light's going to illuminate on the bottom for you. But make sure you have a removable shroud like we have, or you have a shroud here that has a cutout so you'll be able to fully utilize and take advantage of having this display. Now you can see what it's like to control our power supply using the Cooler Master Master Plus software. So you're gonna have to select your device. In this case, we're gonna select our XG850. And now we can change our lighting control. So you can see to the left side, we have multiple LED modes. To the right side, you can see we have different panel modes, and then we can choose our color, presets, and everything else right here. So currently we have my favorite setting, which is Spectrum Wave. So we have that one selected right now, and then we can choose the panel modes right here. So you can see auto. It's going to go through everything for us automatically, as you would expect. Pretty quickly, too, I may add. Cycling through. And then you can see we have logo right here. So true to its name. The logo is illuminated. That looks pretty sweet. Changing colors for us. Next, you can see we have model. So it's going to have our logo and model information. Then you can see we have our temperature if you want to have your temperature illuminated. Or if you want to choose fan speed all the time, maybe that's what you want to monitor. Next up, you can see same thing for power consumption right here. We have the all option again, or we can turn everything off right there. Next up, we have our color cycle. So you can see when we have that selected, it's going to cycle through all the different colors for us pretty quickly. And down here, you can see some different options that we have. So you get the idea for how you want to control things and at what speed. Go really fast if you want, or somewhere back in the middle. And again, you can choose the settings here. So we'll just leave that one on all because you get the idea. Next, we have refill. So you can see this LED mode right here. And you can't see on here, but the RGB fan in the bottom is doing a cool little reload as you would expect. Not so much any movement right here. But again, we could choose our colors, but I like the Cooler Master Purple. Next, we have our recoil. So again, same thing. We're having our RGB fan show a lot of movement there, but not much is changing on the display right here at all. Here's our reload. Again, that's really changing the fan more so than the unit itself. Next up, you can see we have our static option. Then we also have our breathing, where it's going to pulse everything, the display and the fan included. And again, if you don't like that color, again, you can choose from the presets right here. Let's go to static. Let's choose a different preset. So you guys can just get a feel for some of the different colors here. Obviously, you can enter your own RGB value. Save some custom colors. You can add them if you want. Maybe you got your own logo and branding for your build. Let's do red, and let's do breathing. So you can see for that one, there we go. We have that all set, which is pretty cool. So there is some customization here. Obviously, in the future, it'd be cool if the display was fully customizable. Maybe we could rearrange everything almost like a mini monitor, or add our own custom graphics, or maybe upload a JPEG or a PNG file. That would be really cool if we could display things like that in the future. But this is really, really neat. The colors are bright and vivid, and everything looks great, and it's super easy to control within your PC using the Cooler Master Master Plus software. So this power supply is definitely a splurge, but that display is really, really cool. Super convenient to have 3 key metrics for our PC, easily accessible just by looking into our case. Love how convenient that is. And the colors look great too. I'm sad that with this particular build, our RGB fan's kind of going to waste because you really can't see it at all. It's hidden because it's at the bottom. Obviously, we could flip our power supply around, but then we have a cooling issue and our display is upside down. So with that being said, just keep in mind, depending on your build, maybe you'll be able to utilize that RGB fan even more than we are. But I'd say the reason you're probably buying this power supply unit is to be able to have access to that incredible built-in display. Obviously, in the future, I'd love to have some customization to that display where we could actually treat it more like maybe a second or third monitor or display, where we could upload images, put our logo on it, little videos, that sort of thing. That is what I hope the future has in store for this particular power supply unit. Definitely a splurge, really high quality, and everything works great.